Well, here's a gut punch moment. All of your retirement savings suddenly vanishes.
Happened to a Salt Lake City woman unable to get her bank to straighten it out. She decided to give it to Gephardt, and KSL investigator Matt Gephardt took it from there. Matt?
Dave, Ashley, this story all started with a disbursement check for nearly 20 grand. The family which contacted me says it never made it to them and then somehow made it into somebody else's bank account. That was more than a year ago.
It was way back in November of 2018 that Uolani Afu's family withdrew some money from their retirement savings.
It was for $18,600.
But Uolani says the check never arrived. And when he followed up with his financial institution, uh-oh.
It shows that it was cashed or signed and deposited. Man, our hearts dropped, man. We're like, how can that happen, you know?
For 14 months, Uolani says he has been stuck between the company that sent the check and the bank where the money was deposited. He says nobody can seem to give him any answers or his money.
We're at that point where we don't know what else to do.
So Uolani decided it was time to call me.
This is a unique case.
I took it to Howard Headley, president of the Utah Bankers Association. If your money ends up in somebody else's account, what should you do?
You go to the institution where you have the relationship and you say there's a problem. And then that institution can contact the institution where the money ended up and figure out why is it there, how did it get in there. We think there's a problem and it triggers a legal process.
Well, that did not work for Uolani, and it didn't work for us either. As we began digging, we too found ourselves stuck in the middle of finger pointing. The 401k company told us to talk to the bank told us to talk to the 401k company. Digging deeper, we examined the check. Take a look. It is clearly made out to Uolani's wife, Lafimoa Afu, but now look who endorsed it. Okiware Outdoor? Who is Okiware Outdoor?
Well, it turns out it's a company based right here in Utah that sells children's clothing online. We reached out to Okiware, who told us they had no idea there was an issue here. They say they get checks all the time and their accountant just kind of deposits them. But just like that, some good news for Uolani.
You still need the 50 bucks?
3 days later, Okiware cut him a check and even threw in a few bucks for additional interest as a gesture of goodwill.
Uolani tells us he is frustrated it took so long to get that money and remains dumbfounded at how the money ended up in a clothing store's bank account in the first place. If you got something you want us to investigate, let us know about it. 385-707-6153 or email me, matt@ksl.com.